Mr Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by all of his government statements and actions?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Yes, especially our action to unlock infrastructure investment. The Waikato Expressway is a great example of the impact that modern, reliable infrastructure can make for families and for businesses. And now we're bringing the same experience to Northland. More jobs, more growth, more connectivity and more opportunity for every New Zealander living north of Auckland. It's no surprise that I saw today the Northland Corporate Group said the expressway is, quote, exactly what our economy needs to drive growth, create jobs, reduce costs and enable export expansion, quote. We're serious about economic growth and ensuring that Kiwis can get ahead, and delivering infrastructure like the Northland Expressway is just one part of that vision.
Supplementary question. Why is he willing to wait until term 2 for the chaos David Seymour's caused to the school lunch program to be fixed, given kids are going hungry, lunches are still arriving late or not at all, some of the food is inedible, and in the worst cases, kids are being physically injured by exploding lunches?
Well, the incident we saw last week was unacceptable and not something we want to see at all. I think the Minister has fronted really clearly on that, actually suspending those type of lunches. And importantly, he is working his way through the issues to make sure that we get better quality food and better on-time performance.
Supplementary question. What will it take for him to finally step in and fix the mess his government has made of the school lunches program, particularly given the one minister who actually seems to want to get it sorted out, Erica Stanford, is being ignored by David Seymour?
Again, this is a minister that's working incredibly hard through some very challenging issues to make sure that we get our food back to scratch and to make sure that we deliver on time and full. There's some improvement happening. There's a lot more that needs to happen. And as I said, the minister is wanting to make sure there are improvements in place for term 2.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. Will he guarantee that one of the 3 partners in the school lunch collective going insolvent won't lead to any kids going hungry? If not, why not?
That is what we have been assured, that despite the liquidation, that the school lunches program is not at risk. Obviously that's a commercial matter, but our key thing is to make sure that we are getting what we have contracted for and that is delivered.
Supplementary, the Honourable David Seymour.
Can the Prime Minister confirm that yesterday's on-time delivery for the Healthy School Lunch program was 99.74%?
The first part of the question might be answered.
So I can answer the first part of the question. The answer is yes. It's been good to see improving on-time performance. Now we need to see what's delivered in full, and I've got every confidence in the Minister to do that.
Right Honourable Chris Hipkins.
Why has the number of rough sleepers in Auckland increased by 53% over the last 4 months? And is it a coincidence that that occurred at the same time his government kicked 690 Auckland households out of emergency housing?
Well, I am incredibly proud of our record on housing. Unlike that last government, we have stable rents. We have 4,000 to 5,000 people off the social housing wait list, which went up 4 times under Minister Megan Woods. And importantly, we've taken 2,000 kids out of motel accommodation and got them into proper homes and houses through community housing providers, KO. I'd put our record up on housing against yours any day of the week.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
That was the day's worth of barracking all used up in one question. Calm it down. Right Honourable Chris Hipkins.
Well, does he agree with Tama Potaka that the link between people getting kicked out of emergency housing and a rise in homelessness is, quote, not anecdotal, it's real, end quote? And if not, will he provide evidence of where the kids in emergency housing actually went?
As we have said before, we have taken 2,000 kids that were being raised in motels under the last government, and we now have them in proper homes and proper houses through community housing providers and KO. I thought that member would actually want to celebrate that and actually think that was a good thing.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Honourable Chris Bishop.
Is the Prime Minister aware that when the Leader of the Opposition says that people have been kicked out of motels, what he actually means is that they have been offered the opportunity to go into social, transitional or private sector housing and are therefore in homes?
That is how I understand it, and importantly, 80% of the people...
Hang on, I'm dealing with a point of order here. The Honourable Kieran McAnultys.
So the Prime Minister is not responsible for what the Minister of Housing believes...
The question was, has he seen reports? So that brings it into line. The Honourable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am proud that 80% of the families that have been moved out of emergency housing have been moved into proper houses. That's where you should be raising families. I think we should be celebrating across the aisle here that 2,000 kids have been moved out of motels into proper houses. It was a debacle under that previous minister who did nothing on housing.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. What happened to the 20% who haven't been moved into sustainable housing?
The message very clearly is that if they need our assistance and help, we are there to help and assist them. They haven't needed it.